The European Union leaders have gathered in Brussels for the second day of their summit as they continue wide-ranging and difficult decisions. Day two's agenda was focused mainly on two key issues: West Asia and, most prominently, the European Union's long-term budget. While both topics are important, it is the budget talks that are creating the most tension among member states. The leaders are in disagreement over the proposed 7-year budget put forward by the European Commission. The scale of the proposal is at around 2 trillion euros, and it has immediately triggered pushback from different sides. Wealthier countries, which contribute more to the EU budget than they receive, feel the plan is too expensive. At the same time, poorer member states, which rely more on EU funding than they contribute, are also unhappy. Arriving for the talks, German Chancellor Friedrich Merz did not hide his concern. Germany, being the largest net contributor to the EU budget, sees the proposal as overly ambitious.
I am going to repeat my request once again today at the European Council that we should not allow the European Union to take on further debt. We must not do that. And that is why the German position on this is very clear. I share this view with a number of other member states of the European Union.
This divide is not new. Every 7 years, the EU goes through the same difficult balancing act, trying to reach a unanimous agreement that satisfies all 27 members. The first attempt to narrow the gap came last week when the separate EU presidency presented a revised draft that reduced the Commission's proposal by about 2%. But rather than claiming tensions, it only highlighted how far apart the sides still are. Despite these agreements, the budget also carries major political priorities, and one of the most significant is 100 billion euros earmarked for Ukraine's reconstruction plan. This shows EU's continued commitment to supporting Ukraine amid its ongoing war with Russia. Now, under EU rules, the budget for 2028 to 2034 must be agreed by the end of 2027. However, with a wave of national elections expected across several member states next year, leaders are now pushing to reach a political deal much earlier. And for now, no final decisions are expected. Instead, heads of member states are likely to simply outline their positions and preferences. The task of shaping a workable compromise will then pass to the incoming Irish EU presidency, which is expected to prepare a revised proposal later in October.